Hey guys, we're here again to discuss another small child who has been failed by the people who are meant to be caring for them. This is becoming a habit. All these people, all of them. Dear Lord. I've had many people on various platforms, YouTube comments, Facebook, Twitter, for me to do this case. So this case has been active Amber Alert since Tuesday, and this is 3-year-old Elijah Vue from Two Rivers, a tiny town in Wisconsin, and he's apparently been missing since 8 a.m. on Tuesday, although I don't believe this timeline, because he wasn't reported missing until 11 a.m. A 3-year-old. How does a 3-year-old get out of the house and you not notice they're missing for 3 hours? I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. Anyway, his mother, who was not there, left him in the care of someone called Jessie Vang. Done a background on Jessie Vang. Talk about that in a bit. There's 3 Jessie Vangs in Wisconsin, so I need to be absolutely sure I've got the right one. So I hope they give his birth date. But I've done a background on the mother as well, who's called Katrina Bauer, or Bohr. And her criminal history isn't bad, actually. She's got a lot of traffic offences. She's got some possession. She's obviously a very bad driver. She's got loads of traffic offences, but nothing major, nothing really bad. So they got arrested, both Jessie Vang for child neglect and his mother, Katrina, for assisting in child neglect. So they've both appeared in court today. And I'm going to play you the court proceedings. I wasn't actually going to go live. I just kind of sat down to watch them myself, because this happened a little while ago. I think it's probably maybe 2 or 3 hours ago. But I've only just got around to going back to YouTube. I've been watching Netflix for a few hours. I needed to chill out after this week, like with Harmony and Audrey. I just needed to switch my brain off. Ended up watching a movie called My Son about a kid being kidnapped and his dad rescuing him. So, oh dear. All right, let's give it a couple of minutes, let people get in. And have you heard about this case? I'm guessing that quite a lot of people who watch my channel have, because a lot of you have been asking me to cover it. So, hello, Joe, Jackie, Debbie, Cookie Doodle. What else have we got? Guidance, Meg, Mum's More, Angel, Shazza, Dawn, JD, the Fat Lady Channel. That's a good name. Emily, Lisa, Dawn. My Mother's Eyes, Mary Jane, Wild Man's Mom. Oh, gosh, I jump then. On the Beach, and Crofty, and Mary, and Shay, and Blue Willow. All right, there's the roll call. Okay, so if you're in the area and you've got any information at all about Elijah, then there is the tip line and the police dispatch scrolling across the bottom of this live stream. So there's been a massive effort, like from local sheriff's offices, the FBI, and state resources have been used in this tiny town of Two Rivers. And there is 2 rivers actually nearby. So, and they've had a bunch of volunteers. It's been really well coordinated by the looks of things. They've had helicopters. Today they've been searching a landfill. So initially, when I heard about this case, I saw the Amber Alert on Tuesday. And once I learned a little bit about it, I thought immediately of little Cody Bixby from Virginia. whose dad said that he just left the house. Just a 4-year-old boy just leaves the house in the middle of the night. Yeah, okay. And then when I saw the videos of them searching the landfill today. Then I went to Quinton and Simon. I thought, oh no, not another landfill case. No, please God, no. Anyhow, let's play this court proceedings. It's not long. So it's only 20 minutes, and this covers both of them. So this is these are bail hearings. So Katrina's up first, and then Jessie. The sound isn't fantastic because, I don't know, they're talking on Zoom or whatever, but I'll turn my volume right up. It shouldn't be too bad. There's no closed captions, unfortunately. Closed captions are not on yet. And I'm streaming this from WISN 12 News. And the link to this is in the description in case you just want to go and watch it again or whatever. They found a shoe by the dumpster. Yeah, I heard that. The dogs hit first day on the garbage container. I heard that as well. Sonia, member for 22 months. Thank you so much. Nearly 2 years. I've got loads of members now who've been coming up to the 2 year or have way surpassed 2 years. Report last night was about police searching a dump. Yeah, they've been there all day today. Yeah, it's and there's been a helicopter circling over a landfill site as well. Anyhow, let's play this court proceeding. So my volume's up. So you may need to turn your volume up, because if you turn your volume down, because I've got a loud booming voice, then you need to turn your volume up. That will work for you. So he's the man, the relative of the boy. Well, I've heard various things. I've heard that he's the cousin of Elijah's dad, Jimmy, who's in jail. I've also heard that it's Katrina's boyfriend. So the two are not mutually exclusive, are they? It could be her boyfriend, but also Jimmy's cousin. So I'm not really sure what the relationship is. All I know is that Jessie Vang is the person who was meant to be caring for, called caregiver. I've put caregiver in inverted commas because I can't see much care going on, quite frankly. I don't see this case ending well, given the amount of searchers out there. I mean, yeah, a little 3-year-old can go probably further than you think in 3 hours, because he was missing 3 hours, well, according to this timeline, which I don't believe, before anybody, like official, got contacted. But I'm pretty sure that I found him by now. There's a lot of waterways, though. There's a lot of water in the area. So if it's not foul play, then my bet is that he's in the river. Little kids, some of them at least, are attracted to water. So I'm suspecting foul play. Clearly, the cops are also thinking along those lines, given that these two have been arrested. The mother had an abusive childhood and has been an addict since teen. Yeah, she's got several kids, either 3 or 4, including Elijah. I haven't quite worked out how many. But like I said, on her record, I mean, a lot of traffic offences. That I think there's one for possession, but nothing, nothing violent, nothing real. Like it sounds like she's had maybe a dysfunctional life rather than a really hard criminal life. Okay, so Katrina first. I'm going to mute out so that you don't get any interference from me, and I'm just going to play it through. I'm not going to comment or anything. I'm just going to play it through because I haven't seen this, so I want to watch it.
All right, we are able to go on the record now. These are the bond hearings for Friday, February 23rd. Again, I'll note that we have quite an interested group of persons regarding some of our hearings today. If additional people do sign in and are in the waiting room, I'll let them in. They may miss what we need, what they want to see, but that's the best way I can accommodate everyone. Anyone who arrives late will not have heard that. I would prefer them to be watching via the live stream. So I'll have to let them in. All right, we will have a couple of in-person return on warrants. We're going to take care of the two individuals that everyone is interested in first, simply because then we can let the cameras and media folks leave. So our first individual is Katrina Bauer. Ms. Bauer is referred for party to a crime neglecting a child. There is a probable cause statement. At this point, this is referred for charges. It is not yet a complaint. And it is just that charge. I don't know what the public is expecting to happen today, but I'm just wanting to set everyone up that this is probably going to be disappointing to what you think. This is the charge. This is what we're dealing with. All right, Attorney Larson.
Ms. Bauer's address is 920 Race Street, apartment 203, Wisconsin Dells 53965. She does not currently have a telephone number. Her date of birth is 12/9/92. She is currently receiving SSDI and therefore is not employed. She has a history of making court dates except for 2 occasions. In 2017, she had a bench warrant issued, but 2 days later it was withdrawn without a hearing. Then she had another missed court in a CT matter, and that was restored to a signature bond within a week.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the DA, and then my understanding is there are some victims that wish to speak. They do have a right to speak on the subject of bail only today. And then I will give Attorney Larson the last word before I make a decision. Attorney Labrie.
Commissioner, the state is asking for $15,000 cash bail. We're asking for no contact with the co-defendant, Jesse Vang. We're also asking for no contact with any children under the age of 18. Judge Dietz has already found probable cause. That was done yesterday with an affidavit submitted to the judge. So probable cause has been established by a circuit court judge. The state feels that the cash bond is warranted based upon the facts that are listed in the affidavit before Your Honor, as well as the fact that she intentionally sent that child for disciplinary reasons for more than a week to the residence. She was aware of the tactics used and the lack of care provided. This was an intentional thing by her. And on at least 2 occasions during interviews, she has provided false information on her whereabouts during the past week. So there is a concern of providing false information to officers. So there is additional charges of obstructing that will be coming. She does not reside in Manitowoc County. She does have, as Attorney Larson referenced, some prior matters. She has 17 CT 752 out of Outagamie County, where I counted 4 missed court appearances. February 1st, 2018, where a bench warrant was authorized. That was returned on warrant February 9th. May 16th, 2018, bench warrant was issued. Return on warrant was May 23rd. On August 14th, 2018, failed to appear for the plea hearing. Bench warrant authorized. Return on warrant October 19th. November 6th, 2018, failed to appear. Bench warrant returned on November 15th. Then in 17 CT 236 out of Outagamie County, there was a missed court on June 21st. The return on warrant was June 23rd. She also had from 2011 in Winnebago County. I think based upon her lack of ties, the seriousness of the offense, the prior missed court appearances, that a significant cash bail is warranted, and I would ask the court to impose that with the other conditions requested. Thank you.
And I'll just review, it was the no contact with persons under the age of 18 and no contact with the co-defendant.
Correct.
All right, thank you. All right, so at this point, the victims that wish to speak can come up. You need to come up to one of the microphones. You do not need to identify yourself.
Okay. Um, My family and I are requesting a no cash bail. They are the last two to have seen our baby Elijah. And at this moment are the prime suspects. So until we find the truth as to the whereabouts of Elijah, we like to make sure that these two are readily available for questioning. And in the case where bail is given and made, we ask that the person on bail have no contact with anyone under the age of 18 years old and the families of the victim. That is all I have.
Right, thank you. Someone else? Or no? Okay. All right, that's the only victim that wishes to speak. Attorney Larson.
Commissioner, I would just indicate that Ms. Bauer does not have any cash to post. She does receive SSDI. She does qualify for an attorney through our office, and she has no significant assets. I understand that she lives in Wisconsin Dells, but she does reside in the state, and she will appear at all future court dates. We ask that the court take those factors into consideration.
This court has neglect charges before it fairly regularly. This case, though, has drawn the attention because we have the missing child involved. And that, of course, pulls that court's feelings and emotions and heartstrings for the care of the child, but it doesn't change the nature of the charges from any other neglect case. And I think we have to keep that in mind too, that that's what we have right now. I've seen the probable cause statements. I know there's more specifics about the alleged behaviors, tactics, as I believe Attorney Labrie referenced it. I suspect that as charging decisions are made, there could be other charges added. The mother, though, was not present. She knew. That makes it the party to the crime or enabling the behaviors. The lack of immediate ties to the community are something I can consider. The likelihood that there would be additional misses. While the family is saying low cash bail, they want the individuals to be available. If they're in the jail, potentially they are available. Now, the other consideration besides the alleged crimes, to also consider the ability of a person to abide by the conditions, which means are they able to post? And it would not appear that Ms. Bauer on her own is able to do so. I do not know if she has resources as she reaches out to her extended family that would be able to assist her in posting bond. I thank Attorney Labrie for mentioning that Judge Dietz had already taken care of signing the probable cause statements. There's no doubt that the information does meet that standard. I am going to set cash bail. At this stage, the $15,000, while substantial, is also appropriate. I'll set that amount with the two conditions: no contact with any persons under the age of 18, no contact with the co-defendant, Jesse Vang. And everyone knows the name, so I'm just going to use it. I don't think there's any point, and we don't usually protect the co-defendant. We've been putting the names in the documents. Now, the next hearing will, of course, be on Monday, following usual practices. I don't know where we'll be on Monday, but for court, that will be in branch. Moving to 3, are we not on Monday? Yes. February 26th, 1:30, branch 3. Failure to appear, a warrant would be issued. You have the right to be represented. As noted, public defender will be representing, at least at this stage. And I believe that's everything. So thank you. You can leave the room. All right, we are prepared. We'll go back on the record. This is Jesse Vang. Mr. Vang is referred for child neglect. There is a probable cause statement. I'll just jump ahead and assume that Judge Dietz signed probable cause on this matter as well. I don't have that copy. That is the only charge here as well today. Attorney Larson.
Mr. Vang's address is 3918 Mishicot Road, apartment 2 in Two Rivers. His phone number is 920-242-4289. His date of birth is 1/4/84. He is currently self-employed. I looked at CCAP over the past 10 years. There was a 2012 case. There were no misses. It also appears that he's on a federal detainer or federal supervision.
I had heard that bit of information as well. Attorney LaBrie?
Commissioner, the state is asking for $20,000 cash. We're asking for no contact with the co-defendant, no contact with any children under the age of 18, as well as absolute sobriety. The defendant, as the court had noted, probable cause has been found by Judge Dietz already. He was the actor that was here in the community, dealing with the victim and utilizing the discipline and the tactics as well as the lack of care. I think there is sufficient probable cause that has also been confirmed by the judge in the affidavits that have been submitted. I am concerned about his appearance in court. He has recently been convicted in 2017 in federal court of conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. He was incarcerated for approximately 6 years as a result of that and was on supervision when this occurred. I believe there is currently a hold, but that is also being reviewed. He does have prior record in addition to that. He had an OWI first in 2023. In 2007, he had felony bail jumping out of Outagamie County, where aggravated battery and battery were dismissed and read in. He failed to appear for his arraignment on May 23rd, 2008, and the return on warrant was May 22nd, 2009. So he failed to appear for court and did not return for a year later. He also has from 2007 a disorderly conduct. 2006, resisting obstructing out of Outagamie County. That same year, possession of cocaine, a second and subsequent out of Outagamie. In 2004, delivery of cocaine out of Winnebago. That same year, possession of cocaine out of Outagamie. In 2002, battery by inmate. Also that same year, a child abuse out of Outagamie County, as well as a fleeing an officer. He has been incarcerated a significant amount of time over the past several years. He also, while on state supervision in the past, has had 3 separate abscondings in 2009, 2004, and 2003. He has contacts or family in California, Michigan, and Minnesota. So he does have resources outside the state of Wisconsin. I think a significant cash bond is warranted. I would ask for the $20,000 cash with the no contact with the co-defendant, no contact with any children under 18, as well as absolute sobriety. There was a reference in the probable cause affidavit to consumption of alcohol, so I would ask for that condition as well.
Attorney LaBrie, I just want to verify my understanding. This federal detainer is based upon the supervision, so it's much like a probation hold in Wisconsin.
It is similar, but he does have rights to a hearing, and I believe there was a hearing today. I don't know the results of the hearing.
All right, thank you. Okay, at this point, if the victim wishes to speak on this case as well, or if there's another victim, this would be the time. No one has to, but this is the time if you wanted to. All right, you think that? Okay. All right, so Attorney Larson.
Commissioner, the misses and that Ms. LaBrie cited occurred over 15 years ago. Typically, we wouldn't take those into consideration. It is referred as a child neglect. Obviously, we're aware that there's questions about whether it will remain as this charge, but currently it is this charge. He is on federal supervision. He is not going anywhere. When the state is asking for $20,000 cash on a child neglect, I think that signifies that the federal authorities are not going to be releasing him anytime soon. He does qualify for an attorney through our office. One will be appointed, but we are asking for significantly lesser cash.
Well, in one way, I've already set the $15,000 on the other individual. So we have a precedent for today's purposes. And it is clear to me that taking the probable cause statement as true for today, he is the one who was present and would be responsible for any neglect resulting in the child being missing or the lack of care. That being the case, we'll set the $20,000. He also has a greater ability to flee and not appear. I don't know how the detainer will work. The $20,000 cash, absolute sobriety, no use of alcohol or drugs, any kind, anywhere, in any amounts. No contact with any persons under the age of 18. Just to make it clear, if there is a 17-year-old in custody, the jail rules will apply to that. That's not going to be affected by this provision. This is when you are out of custody. Additionally, no contact with Katrina Bauer. Violation of any of the conditions would be grounds for additional charges. The initial appearance will be February 26th, 1:30, branch 3. Failure to appear, a warrant would be issued, and you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer. With that, you may leave the room. Now, that is the end of these two cases. I am going to Allow the victims, everyone stay seated. The victims may leave the room with the victim coordinators first.
Wow, that was loud at the end. Dear me. Dear me. So let me get this right, because I didn't know these details, and I'm guessing some of you didn't either. Katrina sends her 3-year-old son for disciplinary reasons to a man who's had a child abuse charge, a man who is heavy into drugs. A lot of his charges, which I'm going to show you in a minute, are for cocaine. And he's been done for battery. It doesn't matter that those violent offences were years ago, because you can bet your bottom dollar that just because he's had charges for this doesn't mean to say he's led a squeaky clean life for the last 15 or 20 years. What's charged is generally what is found out, what can be proven. It's what can be proven. Some victims don't report. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Vet Sarah, for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much. If I can scroll back and find who got them, I might be able to do that on my other screen. Yes, I can. So you guys, Constance, Jackie, Kiko, Kim, Cotton Candy, Perry, TJ, Chris, Morgan, and Jamie. You all have a month's free membership courtesy of Vet Sarah Martin. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Who'd hurt this little cherub here? I'm strongly thinking that something foul has gone down here. Either that, or this Jesse person was just drugged off his face and didn't realise that the little boy had walked off. But I put a message up earlier, and nowhere I can find it now, it's way up the chat, that there's no bondsman in Wisconsin. Now, I don't know that as a fact. It's just what someone said in the comments. I'm guessing that you're a Wisconsinian. Is that what you call yourselves? I don't know. So there's no bondsman, allegedly. So it's not like they can get bonded out for 10%. So it's probable that they're going to stay in jail. Now, she did say there's another court hearing on Monday for Katrina. She didn't say that for Jesse, but I'm assuming that they're both going to be in court again on Monday. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. Of course, there might be more charges by Monday. Mightn't there? Okay, so this is Jesse Vang. And I got his date of birth. As I said at the beginning, there's actually 3 Jesse Vangs in Wisconsin. One of them was clearly way younger than this dude. One of them was born in, I think, 1990. So it was either between the guy who was born in 1990 and the guy who was born in 1984. The guy who was born in 84 is our Jesse Vang that we're interested in here. And it don't look pretty. Don't look pretty. So this was 2002. Child abuse intentionally causes harm. Class D felony. Stardust Shorty, member for 16 months. We had Daughter of Scotland flash up as well earlier. Member for 31 months. I think you are my oldest member. So if we go back to, I like Wisconsin. I know their system. I know their system very well because of Candice Bly from some Wells case. But yeah, so all of these are him. 1, 2, 3. So these ones are not him. They're all him. You just don't have a birthday on them. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's not him, I don't think. He might just give him the wrong birthday. That's him. So all of those are him. So there's just a couple of others. So he's had a battery while in prison. He's absconded. He's got loads of drug offences, mainly cocaine and meth. And he had another, it was like aggravated battery, I think, but that got dismissed. So it was noted on his record, but it was dismissed. So I don't know why. I don't know the circumstances of that. So, yeah, dig in, you guys. I'll leave a link to the Wisconsin courts. It's called wiscourts.gov. I'll leave a link to that in the description box after, so you can go through and look yourself at all the charges. It's a dead easy to use system. You don't even need a VPN for it. Like for Indiana, I need a VPN. For Idaho, I don't. So I'm imagining that something bad's happened to this little boy. I don't know what that is. I hope he's found. But I've been gone since Tuesday morning, allegedly, although I don't believe the timeline. The cops were asking for, let me just bring it up. I did a video this afternoon on Michelle Walks as part of my Where Is series. And I read this statement. This is the statement that they released yesterday. So I'm not going to read it all again because it's quite long. I did read it on my other video. So if you go over to Michelle Walks, it's only an 8-minute video. It just gives the basics. It gives the Amber Alert details and it gives the latest from the police. Nothing else. Because Where Is meant, the series Where Is, it's meant to be short, snappy videos that people can just take information from straight away. No fancy editing or anything like that. It's just information and it's easy to share because they're short videos. So I did that this afternoon for Elijah. But it does say, so this is specifically for people in the area. Criminal member for 12 months, only a year, but still good for a bit. It is indeed. So if you're in the area, check anywhere a small child could hide, climb, or fall. I don't want to say he's not out there. I don't want to say that because I'm still holding out hope that he's wandered off and he's lost and he's gone further than they think. I'm still holding out hope. But this little guy, 3 years old, could he survive on his own for 4 days? I don't know. Check your own property for any items that don't belong to you, which could include anything from Elijah. Something that really worried me, I thought it was interesting but very concerning, is that there's a red, white and black plaid blanket missing. I don't like it when items like blankets go missing. I don't like it. Dawn says that she will gift 10 memberships if the likes get to 300. I don't know how many likes we've got. Mine's not updating. It's only telling me I've got 3 likes. So if you're in the chat, you've not liked the stream, and you want the chance to win a membership, then maybe click the like button. So there's a blanket missing. Also, dinosaur printed shoes. Now, it has been said that 1 shoe has been found. I can't absolutely confirm that. The police haven't said that, but these were slip-on shoes. So it's interesting that they're saying, look for these shoes. I'm guessing it's to look for the other shoe. This is an important one. Check your surveillance systems from February 12th through February 20th. So Elijah allegedly went missing on the 20th. So they want way back. They want before. They want a week before. I find that interesting that possibly they're thinking, well, I think one of the cops' hypotheses will be that something happened to him way before February 20th. But they want to see surveillance. So if you're in the area, I'll show you the area on the map in a second. We usually look back several days from the report to ensure we are thorough. Freezing cold in Wisconsin, I know. 304 likes, allegedly. 310, 311. I can only still see 3. One more like. There we go. We've got the 300. Dawn, it's over to you. If we get to 500 likes, which I don't think we're going to do, I'll give 10 memberships as well. I don't think we're going to get to the 500. How many have we got in chat? 540. So it is possible if every single person on the stream likes, then it will get to 500. Okay, so leave no stone unturned. There we go. Dawn has gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Dawn. Who's got them? Teresa, Steph, Lou. Hold on a minute. Another Steph, Scottish Lass, Jennifer, Dogs with Jobs, Shercy, Mimi, Tonya. Oops, it's jumped. And Winnie the Pup. Welcome, welcome. You guys get a month's free memberships courtesy of Dawn. Thank you so much, Dawn. That's very kind. So surveillance all around that area. And I would say go out further than Two Rivers. Two Rivers is tiny, but if you live within a few miles, you might capture something. Just check surveillance, check dash cam if you've driven through the area, all that good stuff. That's incredibly useful. It was incredibly useful in catching that absolute numpty who murdered Audrey Cunningham earlier this week. Surveillance was really useful. So check. If you got any information, the tip line and the Two Rivers Police Dispatch numbers are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But its tip line is 1844 267 6648. And the Two Rivers Police Dispatch is 1920 686 7200. So, yeah, they've been in the rivers. They've been in the landfill. Oh, I can't with these people. So, last thing I'm going to show you is the map. So, this is where Elijah allegedly was last seen. I'm saying allegedly because it is where he was last seen, because this is where his mother took him, to this apartment block here. This is where Jessie Vang lives. We know it's apartment 2, so I don't know which one's apartment 2. But this is the street. It's Michicot Road. There's a cemetery right there. So if I just zoom out and show you how small this place is. So if you live in Two Rivers and all this woodland, all this, there's a river there. There's another river somewhere. There's a river there. So it's literally a little town in between two rivers. So when you zoom out, actually, it's not that tiny. I would imagine it's probably my village where I live. I think that's small, and there's probably more houses in my village. That's one of the lakes, Lake Michigan. But obviously that's a few miles away. I don't think a little boy is going to have walked all the way to Lake Michigan. But if you're in this area, I would say 10, 20 miles out. Check. Any cameras, any surveillance, anything you've got. And not too far from Milwaukee. I've lost it now. I'm going to have to redo it. There we go. So it's not dead close to Lake Michigan, but there is 2 rivers running through either side of the town. So I don't think that little boy is walking about, sadly. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong. Sincerely hope I'm wrong. Last proof of life you know about is 2:16 in the afternoon. So the 16th. So he was reported missing on the 20th. So was he actually physically seen on the 16th? 40 minutes from where you live, Stacey. So you got any surveillance, anything at all, you might as well check. 40 minutes, you know, drive out. I'm thinking, I don't know what vehicle this dude has. They haven't released vehicle details. If they haven't released vehicle details, it could mean that they don't believe a vehicle's involved, in which case he's probably not gone further out. I'm thinking about, you know, tracking a vehicle. Maybe they don't think that that's a thing. Yeah, checking the landfill. I know. There's a bunch of just let me go into this. There's some videos on here. So this is the local news station.
It's now been 50 hours since authorities issued an Amber Alert for. So
this was 20 hours ago. So I might as well play this. It's only 2.5 minutes. Footage here of the landfill search. This case, it's a lot like Cody Bigsby, but it's also a lot like Quinton Simon, and also Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson West. A lot like that as well. A lot like that case. That you just get a feeling in your bones that you know they're lying, or at least one of them is. Maybe Katrina, the mother, doesn't know. I don't know, but. Sent a 3-year-old. Who disciplines a 3-year-old? What could he have done? A little tiny boy. What could he have done that was so bad that his mother had to send him away for discipline? What was it like? Boot camp? I mean, I can't. I just can't with these people. A week of punishment. Well, what if that punishment went very sadly wrong? And how is that going to teach him to behave? I mean, how well does he know this guy? I can't. I nearly fell off my chair when the judge said that, because I haven't seen the probable cause documents. I don't know if they've been released, but I haven't seen them. She might be lying. She might know full well what went on. We don't know yet. Maybe they sold him. I don't know. I think read between the lines, put 2 and 2 together. I would imagine that the cops' main hypothesis that they're working with, you know, if they're doing a landfill search, that's pretty intensive. We all watched it going on for weeks in the Quinton Simon case. We know how horrific landfill searches are. And we don't know that he's only been gone since the 20th. So, yeah, boot camp for toddlers. He's a toddler. You don't discipline a toddler. You teach them stuff. If they've done something wrong, they're not doing it maliciously. They don't have the capacity for that. You teach them. If they've done something wrong, yeah, you give them a correction. But you work through positive reinforcement. It's exactly the same as training dogs. It's mainly positive reinforcement. If you need to correct them on a behavior, you've got to do it straight away, like within seconds, or else they don't make the connection. It's the same with toddlers. It's just mental, absolutely crazy. Right, I'm going to play this. It's only 2.5 minutes. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing here.
For Elijah Vue, News Chopper 12 flew over Calumet County today as the FBI and police combed through a landfill in Hilbert.
That's nearly 40 miles west of Two Rivers, where police say Elijah was last seen. That's where 12 News' Kendall Keys is live tonight. Kendall, authorities have 2 people in custody.
Elijah's mother and another man who lives in this apartment building where investigators have been searching and collecting evidence. Right now, both are in custody. I'm told both are held on child neglect charges. The search for missing 3-year-old Elijah Vue crossed county lines Thursday. News Chopper 12 capturing exclusive video of FBI agents in hazmat suits searching a landfill in Calumet County. Heavy machinery working near a blue tent. The FBI telling 12 News they're assisting Two Rivers police in their investigation of the missing boy, but would not say what, if anything, they found.
Chief, do you have the suspect right now? And where are the mother and father in all of this?
Sorry, we're not going to take any questions at this time. Thank you.
The search follows a news conference Wednesday night with Two Rivers police where investigators refused to take questions and revealed very little about the investigation. 12 News learning police arrested Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, and another man early Wednesday morning. They're currently being held on child neglect charges.
Nobody's confirming anything at this point. So we're just kind of like lingering around, and hopefully we can get some answer from anybody at this point.
Heartbroken relatives are desperate to know more about Elijah's disappearance.
Our heart is still so heavy about it, and we really just want him found and safe and back home.
Tuesday night, 12 News was there when investigators collected a small slip-on shoe with dinosaurs on it outside this Two Rivers apartment building. Investigators also going through the building's dumpster. Online court records showing the man under arrest lives in the building.
Kendall, you've been in Two Rivers every day since police issued the Amber Alert on Tuesday. You've noticed a change in search efforts today.
Kristen, Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see community members and police actively searching. Today, it's much quieter. There's just one police car that's sitting at this apartment building, and we've seen no organized searches.
Oh, dear. I can't with it. How can you look at him, do something horrendous to him, and then just throw him away like he's trash? How does that work in someone's head? Now, clearly, that's where the cops' minds are. There's a reason why they're searching that landfill. So the shoe's confirmed. We've actually had a shot of the shoe. So the shoe's confirmed. They found a shoe near the dumpster, and allegedly, also not confirmed, a dog hit on a dumpster. So those things combined, I think maybe they've found evidence in the house as well. So if they've got evidence in the house, they've got a belonging of Elijah, they've got a dog hit, probably, maybe. The next logical thing to think, if there's no vehicle involved, that he was picked up by the trash people. So they find out where that trash goes, and it goes 40 miles away to that particular landfill that they're searching today. I don't know what kind of dog, Pam. It's just something I heard. If it's a cadaver dog, then that obviously lends itself to the theory that he was thrown away. But don't go with that. Don't run with that, because that's just something I heard. The police haven't confirmed it. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I have seen shots of dogs, like dogs in the woods and dogs on that road. So there has been a lot of dogs. Yes, dogs hit on the dumpster. Yeah. And also this was quite telling as well. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. There. We have no indication that any other children or individuals in the community are in danger. So it's not like they're imagining that there's a predator on the loose. That's pretty telling. Now, obviously, that could lead you down the hypothesis that he wandered away and has come to harm on his own. Or they're searching a landfill 40 miles away. In my opinion, that is so intensive. Like the FBI are like leading that search. To put that much resources into a landfill search, it tells me something. And I really hope I'm wrong. Because how can you? How can you? So that's Elijah's case up to date. If you have a mind to, go to Michelle Walks and watch my video from this afternoon. Just put it up here. Because I know a lot of people don't get notified of Michelle Walks for some reason. Okay. So it's the first video on the home page. Oh, Lena. Little Lena, if you've been following Lena's story. I'll do an update on Lena as well. Maybe tomorrow. So that'll be on Michelle Walks. All right. So thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the new members. How many likes are we at? I can't tell because I'll have to relog in. How many likes have we had? 412 likes. Oh, that's sad. 418 likes. I did say if we get to 500, I'd gift 10 memberships. So still got 529 in chat. So it's technically possible. But I don't think we're going to hit it because I'm going to sign off right now. But just first, for those new members, go to the members tab, memberships, and you can see whose daddy is that. You can see some status updates, usually dogs. There's some bloopers, there's some live streams. So dig in. Whose daddy is that? 444, 448. Oh, it's not going to make it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll gift 5 memberships because I'm feeling generous. Hold on. Oh, gift free of charge. You have 10 memberships left to gift this month. Terms apply. That's new. Hold on. Terms and conditions. These terms and conditions apply to distribution of your 1 month proportional gift memberships to eligible viewers. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, I'm going to give 10. I'm going to give 10 because it says I can give 10. So how do I do it? It will only let me give 5. Do I have to do it like twice? There we go. So that's 5. So we've got Mandy TNT, Eileen, Casey Marie, Laura, and could it be a deep fake or something? Interesting. Let me see if I can give 5 more. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. So you guys, you're getting absolutely free memberships. I didn't know that that was a thing now. I don't know whether it's just for creators, because I want to be able to give a membership to all my mods as a thank you, but you can't. There's no option of gifting to certain people, like YouTube decides. Who's got these? Karen, Crystal, what else have we got? Lost it now. Candiness or something. Curse of Echoes. That's an interesting name. Boobery. And hey, Barbie's 2 blitz or bits. Barbie's 2 bits has gifted 10 memberships. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of new members. Dig into the members tab. All sorts on there now. So we've got those. Who's got those? Patty. Cassie. Oh, I think those are the ones I gifted. Oh, I can't find him. He's got really confusing. So I'm not going to read those names out because he's got really confusing. But yeah, so lots of new members. Whose daddy is that? Come on, you surely can see the likeness. He's just got a lot more hair. It's Tilly. Tilly's daddy. His name's Dougal. Yeah, it's just random. Yeah. There's some algorithm that helps YouTube decide, but they don't tell you what that algorithm is. I think it's to do, I think it's like channel engagement and stuff. But I got gifted a membership on a channel that I sometimes watch. But I don't like check in like regularly on that channel. And I was watching a live stream and I was like, oh, I'm actually a member of this channel. So someone must have gifted me a membership and I wasn't even in the chat. I wasn't even there because I didn't know. So anyway, right, I'm going to go. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully we get some good news about Elijah. However, I am feeling pretty pessimistic about this one, sadly. And yeah, so thanks to the mods. Thanks to everyone who donated. Very kind of you. We've got a sea of green in the chat now. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, folks.